I've got to be honest. I think it's over for Halo. I think Halo Infinite is not going to be able to come back from where it is right now, which is a terrible, terrible position.
Infinite feels like it launched underbaked, even with that year-long delay.
You're now a live service, whether you want to be or not, right? And it seems like they don't want to be with the lack of updates and the lack of content that this game has historically had a problem with.
Features that are typically staples in a Halo game. Like I said, Team Slayer was not there at the beginning. That to me, I know I bring that up all the time, but that to me is just so telling that a mode that is like the foundation of Halo multiplayer, even many, many years later, wasn't there. The game was still like in an alpha state, in my opinion.
Offensive bias has been deployed.
The title that you have read or clicked onto this video, I truly do believe that 343 is an infection to the Halo franchise. Now you may be sitting here thinking to yourself, Gara, that is such an exaggeration. You got to show some things, you know? You got to show some proof. Trust me, I'm going to show you some proof. And we're actually going to start with their very first game. And if you're wondering what game I am talking about Halo 4. Yes, Halo 4, Patient Zero, basically. I've gone back in time with a time machine and found some interesting things. Certain things that happen with Patient Zero that kind of manifest in today, where this infestation that came into the Halo franchise. You ready for this one, guys? Because I'm going to kind of blow your mind with this one.
Look, I understand what you think you saw.
Think?
With all due respect, sir, I know what I saw.
And with all due respect to you, soldier, I'm not willing to jeopardize my ship because of the hallucinations of an aging Spartan and his malfunctioning AI.
Sir, what if he's right?
Nav, as soon as we know we're airtight, I want a course laid into Caranay Station. Com, prepare a warning beacon.
I will not allow you to leave this planet!
Cortana.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that.
Commander Lasky, pursuant to Article 55 of UNSC Regulation 12-14572, I'm ordering you to remove that AI's data chip and retire it for final dispensation.
I don't want to. You don't want me to.
Remove
Please.
the chip now, Commander.
Please. I don't want to.
Give me that chip.
The didact has to be stopped. If you won't do that, I will.
I am ordering you to surrender that AI!
No, sir.
Hey guys, this is Gara the Stan. Maryland D. Filth 676. Cameraman. Some of you may be sitting there thinking to yourselves, like, Gara, why are you showing this? This seems like a private video you had between you and your brother. Well, you're right. It was. But this video is going to serve, that video is going to serve a purpose in this. It's going to serve the purpose of the monetization where they first started out, where they started to test the waters to see what they can get away with their monetization. Now, you may be sitting here like, oh, Gar, this is a collectible. This isn't like any Patient Zero type stuff of what they could get away with. Really? Let me read off some details of what this collectible had, okay? This was the Halo 4 limited edition. Basically, it came with 3 multiplayer map packs, an extended version of Halo 4 onto Dawn live action series, early access to 6 multiplayer specializations available at launch, bonus in-game content, but there were some other pre-order bonuses where you had to go to like Amazon to pre-order the game, GameStop to pre-order it, Best Buy, Walmart, Microsoft Store, pretty much all those, just to get like different versions of the armor skins that you wanted to show off, okay? And I completely forgot about the Mountain Dew and the Dorito commercial. Anybody remember that? Well, let me show you the commercial real quickly. Dig up some old memories from you guys.
Now that there's Halo 4 double XP under every cap of Mountain Dew, I have to start training!
Because the more dew you drink, the more double XP you get. And the more double XP you get, the more I get to rank up faster. So stock up on double XP and I'll keep training like a beast. That way together, we can dominate Halo 4. 7,000. Are you with me? Yes! Yes. Now drink that dew!
Advance your Spartan's career in Halo 4 with double XP under every cap of Mountain Dew. Enter codes at 2xp.com.
Now, a lot of you may be sitting there like, wait, Gar, didn't they do a commercial for Halo 3, though, too? Well, yeah, you're right. But it wasn't, like, egregious like as it was in Halo 4. Let me play that Halo 3 clip real quickly, just to prove my point.
C'est pas possible! Non, por favor, no! Nay, Connie! No! Yes!
New Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Cranked up for Halo 3. Chug it and have no mercy.
It was truly the golden age of Halo back then. We really had something special. Speaking of something special, how about them bugs in Halo 4? You think it was bad? Oh yeah, it was just as bad as it is today. I have 3 videos on my channel right now, which is privated, mind you, of where you could actually glitch through Ragnarok, which was kind of like the remake of Valhalla, I believe, I'm not too sure, where you could actually glitch under the ground and shoot people in PvP. I don't even think that even got fixed, to be mind you. Another glitch that did happen is that enemies would constantly glitch into the wall and not come out at all. In my most favorite one too, there was this one Spartan Ops I did with my friend on Halo 4 where the elite fell into the lava pit and did not die. And for a lot of the people in the back that probably thought Halo 4 was pretty much secure in the, you can level up perfectly fine and, you can't possibly hack it to get to the max rank. Here's a bit of a spoiler alert. So in this video right here that's poorly recorded and stuff, I'm showing you basically how easy it was to basically take the game save from your 360, put it on your computer, unlock everything on there, put it back on there, and upload it to your Xbox and have it uploaded to the main server, and then you get all the stuff unlocked for free. Halo 4 was an absolute mess of preventing anti-cheat or breaking the game in this way. It was an absolute mess. Another thing just crossed my mind too with Halo 4. Halo 4 was the really true first game to reach that broader audience. How they were copying the loadouts, how they were copying these power-ups and stuff, like wet work and all those type of power-ups. Also what was the really sad part too about Halo 4? Halo 4 was the last Halo to be rated M.
Brought quite a crowd. If they came to hear me beg, they will be disappointed. Are you sure?
It's been 20 minutes. 20 minutes of searching. Nothing. Not a single match. Once you find a game, it either crashes, has off-balance teams, so you're one guy versus 9 players.
Just said that they were working on it. Yeah, like the most recent update was like, we're looking at the numbers and basically we rolled out some stuff and things should be 20% better.
No.
But also there's if you start a game and it says this in the upper right corner of the screen, you're far less likely to get in a match than if it says this. So back out and try again. And we're working on some stuff that'll be out Wednesday.
That's completely
everybody hold tight out of the gate, and then have to run to fix it and just shake keys over here and hope people stare at the keys while you issue patches, all the while. And then in the middle of that, having your fucking Halo 5 details leak out ahead of time and having to put out that fire and go, no, the aim down sight stuff doesn't actually have an accuracy bonus. It's fine.
I just got done trying to play a little bit of Halo, the Master Chief Collection, after 2 weeks after release, and I still can't do it. So this video is going out to 343 Industries, or as I'm now calling them, Error 37 Industries, because your game doesn't friggin' work! These are the guys who are responsible, by the way, for Halo the Master Chief Collection, the unplayable Halo game. Not to mention Halo 4, or as I like to call that one, the Call of Duty expansion for Halo. Well, why is that, Francis? Because of queue times. Queue times are too long. Oh, it doesn't hurt to wait 5 minutes, Francis. 5 minutes? I'd be fine with 5 minutes. Try 10, try 20, try 30, try 40.
Now, you would think here, thinking to yourself, Gara, they would, after all that feedback they got, you think they would go there and put some time into fixing MCC and all that type of stuff, right? No. Only after a couple months of patching and stuff, they said it was fixed, quote unquote, fixed. So after fixing, or I should say abandoning MCC to go work on Halo 5, which was, in my opinion, one of the worst Halos that ever graced my presence. 3 to 4 years later, they decided to come out and basically make a video of it.
To our player base.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we can really have a fan conversation discussion and ignore MCC. So let's just jump right in to the thing that many people probably thought we would surely ignore and avoid on this topic, but we're talking about it.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's been really great about having you, a trusted member back on the front with the community, is fans have been really open about maybe what we haven't been. I think that we think about MCC a lot. We think about what we should be doing or not doing, but we're not really communicating to the audience or to our community, and I think you've done a great job at highlighting that. And so, yeah, now is the time to talk about MCC.
Well, I've been here almost a year. Next week will be my 1 year anniversary. I walked in kind of bright-eyed, excited to be back in the Halo scene, and I heard from a lot of folks that they just wanted to know what was going on with the Master Chief Collection, and I naively thought, hey, how can it be? I'm going to walk around, I'll get some answers, and be right back to you. So coming up on a year, it's been tough because there just hasn't been any information to share. But I think today we're going to change that.
We are, and I would just say that I think that seeing the community through your eyes and that we haven't been communicating, we've just been silent on this topic, has not been great. It's caused a lot of frustration, and I do apologize for that. And I want to make sure as we go forward, that's something that we do fix, even if it's half-baked or we don't know exactly what we're doing, having a better dialogue with the fans to kind of update them. For us, we have been looking at when the right opportunity is to upgrade MCC. And when we do it to get the maximum benefit, we do feel that we want to move it to the latest platform updates so we can take advantage of all the great stuff that the Xbox platform team has done. And MCC is 6 engines. It's not an easy thing to move over, and there's a lot of risk, which doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. We were a little bit more cautious about when we should do it.
So I think from what I've heard in our discussions, sort of with the upcoming release of Xbox One X, it just presented a new opportunity that a new console, along with all the platform updates that you've mentioned, kind of now makes an MCC kind of revisit a lot less risky and a lot more viable in terms of what we want to do and what we actually can do.
Yeah, and I think for us it was looking at, when we look at Xbox One X, it's an opportunity to take our current gen portfolio and enhance it across to give a better play experience that looks better on everything we're doing. And Master Chief Collection should definitely be part of that. So this is the time that we're going to crack it open, move it over to the latest game operating system, which has amazing improvements to matchmaking, which we'll benefit from. And now's the right time, and we're pretty excited that we're going to move the whole portfolio forward.
Well, awesome. And I think another new feature that didn't even exist back in the day is this concept of allowing us to flight a title out into the wild, right? So we're actually going to be tapping into our player base and asking for their help throughout this process.
Yeah, we've got a team right now that's already working on moving MCC forward, and we're partnering with another external team. But one of the things that we're going to try and do is have a much more open dialogue with the community, and flighting is going to be part of that. So probably sometime next spring, you'll start to see the latest builds of MCC, and I hope you guys will help us out and give us some perspective on what's going on.
Awesome.
Even with all the patches and everything that they tried to attempt to fix MCC, they at least did fix the player count to where you could actually find people and play games with them. But they completely ignored some important things. I'm going to play a little clip from a channel that is actually smaller than me called The Bird Has Flown. And you think that the casual side of Halo MCC was bastardized? The Halo Championship side of Halo MCC was pretty much bastardized too.
Opportunity to respond to those one-shot call-outs and actually pick off kills.
What I really love about Halo 3, and I don't know why, neighbor, none of those shots seem to be registering
For these flight caps. Yeah, I mean, you don't have the... Whoa. Oh, you see the head shake there, Penguin. Not too happy about that one. Missing. Clinical work.
And those sneaky plays that would oftentimes, oh man, I love seeing a good old-fashioned sniper battle like that, right? Where it's not one that's like all straight to the head. It's just like,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
A little dance through the smoke, and these matches have started off so close, and all it takes is someone sitting like this in the pocket to run away with the lead. Now they're up by 5.
Is the early score. Trippy just watching his L1, hits a shot onto Frosty. Nice job there. Goes for the no-scope on Eco, misses a couple. Oh, that's unfortunate.
You got Frosty with that snipe, looking for angles.
Man, look at that L2 angle.
Could have sworn I saw a little blood there. I don't know. He's going to have the sniper. He's also going to have his teammates there. Body shot's going to spark the shields off. Losing 2 of his teammates, though. And looking at the perspectives of Lux here, it is going to be Gabriel that goes in and grabs the overshield. A breath of fresh air here for Lux Gaming. We've not been able to get the power.
Now, you think around this time, 343 would have at least some decency towards content creators with them reporting bugs and all that type of stuff. I really shouldn't have to say anything, but I'm going to let the video do the talking for you guys so you could see this.
Right here on the pit, you know, me and my friend, like I said, we were taking turns shooting each other back and forth. And not one time did the host kill the player who didn't have host. It never happened. Look at this shot right here. Where do my bullets go? And this isn't just one clip, like one time this happened. This happens to me all the time. And it was so easy to replicate it. All I had to do was go into a custom game. We were in there for a couple minutes and boom, I did that. It's not hard to replicate that at all. It has been brought to my attention that the other day, during one of Ace's streams, he was playing with Dursky, and both him and Dursky had a little something to say about one of my videos. The video they were talking about was my hit detection video. Now, right now, I'm going to play the video so that you guys can see what Ace and Dursky had to say about my video. So let's get right into it.
Are you watching the blackout clip?
Right here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
First say he's hugging the wall.
I know.
Not near a wall. You're in the wall.
Doesn't even get boom.
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 It's just, that's how they are.
Boom.
You could kind of hear Ace and Dursky giggling in the background and talking shit, and it's pretty fucked up because they're both public figures. Ace is a huge Halo pro and has been for many years, and Dursky used to be a Halo pro, and he's currently employed by 343 Industries.
This is why people don't like Halo 3. It's because they're trash.
I fully understand that companies talk shit about clients and customers all the time, but Dursky, bro, you're on a live stream with hundreds of viewers, and you're laughing at a guy who's trying to make a difference.
The point I was trying to make in this video about the blood shots was that you'll have players standing out in the open, like this guy on the pit, and I'm getting a bloodshot on him.
17,000 views.
I know. I had people coming to me like, yeah, can you watch this video? And this guy's shot registration shit. I was like, yeah, sure, let me see it. And I just started laughing literally, like, out loud at work. Just laughing.
Somebody at work showed you this?
Yeah, somebody was like, yeah, you should look into the Halo 3 shot registration. I was like,
when was that?
Like, in, like, February?
Yeah, see, 343 has no respect for the consumer, or even the community for that matter of fact. Actually, what really surprises me, though, that Ace is actually still within a pro team. And Dursky over here, somehow in some God's name, is still hired at 343. Keep that in mind. When there's been people that have been banned from Halo for just shit talking to other people in game chat. Are you kidding me, 343? And not only that, too, you've disrespected the community again by removing features from MCC. Hey, does anybody remember that MCC used to have map selection? Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Or how about that god-awful UI that they keep refusing to fucking fix? Just simple things that they could do to fix it. No, it's all clumped together in a jumbled mess that nobody wants. I don't know a living soul that loves the UI on MCC. Who the hell at 343 are making these god-awful decisions and deciding, let's not listen to the community because the community does not know what's best for the game? And we all know what's coming on next. We all know which game came after this game. And I'm going to enjoy ripping 343 apart on this one. And I take great pleasure in doing it.
All hail the conquering hero. Let us remember him as our protector, and not the one who gave us this. As our savior, and not our betrayer. Let us see him forever as you, and not as you. All hail the conquering hero. The one who was supposed to save us all. But now I must save us from you.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I could rant for hours about how bad Halo 5 was. But I'm going to pick out the big things that were really eyesore on the Halo franchise. How about that monetization, huh? Let's go with that one. How about that? The rec packs. How about that rec pack trailer? Let's show the new generation of how disrespectful 343 was.
But not leastly, you have single-use cards. These are for your vehicles and power weapons, like this magnificent, perfectly crafted death delivery device.
Wait, won't rec packs with special weapons break the exquisitely refined balance of arena multiplayer?
Secure your noise hole, soldier! Grown-ups are talking.
Damn it.
The rec system was absolutely so fucked that it took you, in total, mind you, without spending a single dime, 680 hours just to unlock every single cosmetic, every single basic weapon like an assault rifle, a DMR, battle rifle, you name it. 680 hours. But if you don't have 680 hours to unlock everything, guess how much money you would have to spend just to unlock everything? $1,180.60 just to unlock everything. So it's either you spend money to unlock everything, or you do it the old-fashioned way of just enjoying the game and unlocking everything. And that's if RNG's being nice to you, okay? Rec packs were just another word for loot boxes, okay? I shit you not. These were like the first signs of loot boxes injecting itself into Halo. Not only did they take player expression away, they also took away split screen. They also took away, you're going to love this one, and it pretty much applies to today, what happens with Halo Infinite. They also took game modes away that they never implemented. BTB, Infection, Griffball, you name it. They weren't there at launch until like 6-9 months later. They were all finally in. And the maps they even put out, they were just absolutely garbage. Just absolutely straight trash. They didn't even put like any effort into making these maps different. Some of them were very similar if you actually paid attention. And you guys thought MCC's bugs were really bad? Halo 5's bugs are so much worse. It makes MCC look like a functioning game.
And jump straight into this. So we're going to start things off by observing some of the glitches, exploits, and bugs with the artificial intelligence of the enemies. This clip features a boss that somehow got flipped out of his ghost. The only thing he appears to be programmed with doing are dodging and throwing plasma grenades. At the very end, he throws a plasma grenade at me, and you can clearly see there is no animation for this, giving me almost no time to react to it. Here is another example of how the AI ghost bosses react when they are no longer in their ghosts. This is a pretty common glitch. This happens when enemies, specifically elites, in Warzone Firefight hijack a vehicle, but apparently have no programmed actions to take when they're in the vehicle. This results in enemies hilariously standing like a confused pigeon, when they should be sitting, driving, or shooting. What makes this clip especially funny is that this is a boss elite, an enemy that is supposed to be hard to take down. Also, the ridiculous ragdoll effects that occur after he is killed. Now, I'm going to try and talk about this glitch without laughing my ass off. As you can see, an elite boards a Needler Warthog, and while the animation of the boarding is pretty bad, the funny part is how the elite reacts to being in the turret. I don't even need to say anything. Just look at this. Look at how confused he is. He has absolutely no idea what to do. He's twitching wildly and firing in random directions. And here's another example of an elite sitting in the passenger seat. Here is another example of an elite in a turret. These glitches with the elites hijacking warthogs should have been easily found and fixed by 343. This is a bizarre glitch where an elite sticks himself with a plasma grenade. You can see here that when he throws it, it actually appears outside of where it is actually thrown from. In this clip, we see some of the problems with the AI. Namely, that if you stand in this particular spot and get their attention, you can exploit the poor AI behavior and fire on the hunters without having to worry about your own safety. While this clip is only 30 seconds long, the player was probably standing in the same spot for a bit longer than that. Another bizarre glitch where an enemy Phaeton twitches around as if it doesn't know what to do or who to attack. This clip highlights the weird behavior of enemies and vehicles. As you can see, a poor Banshee flies into the home base, but his poorly programmed AI isn't enough to get him to fly out of there, and he suffers an embarrassing death. In this clip, we can see the unpredictable behavior of the AI. Slowing down the footage, we see that this knight actually fires his incineration cannon in a direction where he and his gun are not pointing. This results in an unfair death of the player, as he probably didn't expect the knight to fire at him like this. This clip shows a series of glitches related to the Mantis boss on Darkstar. As you can see, the pilot is fed up with our shit and decides to get out. Now, a lot of glitches happen in a short amount of time. 1. The boss does an insta-kill Spartan charge without sprinting. 2. The Mantis boss is actually an invisible Spartan holding an AR. 3. When the player shoots at the invisible AR with a charged plasma pistol shot, the game thinks the boss is still in its vehicle and registers the shot as if it hit the Mantis. 4. The boss dies and the Mantis explodes. Both happen for no explainable reason. Here is another example. In this clip, the Mantis is getting EMP'd, and again, lots of glitches, short amount of time. 1. As the boss gets out of the vehicle, the Mantis continues to fire missiles. 2. The boss regains all health and shields. 3. The boss does the same insta-kill Spartan charge. Here is yet another example, and you can get a sense of just how frequently and game-breaking this bug is. Again, this is something that should have been seen and fixed by the developers. In this clip, we see the poorly programmed AI behavior shine once more, as the Promethean soldiers don't seem to recognize they are getting shot and simply sit there doing nothing. We see an elite. Now, the problem with this elite is he takes a total of 4 BR bursts and 12 melees to take down. I mean, even if he isn't a boss, shouldn't he have a health bar? That's a ridiculous amount of health to give a basic enemy. This is a recurring problem in other Warzone playlists, and extends to Firefight as well. Sometimes you try and redeem a wreck, and it just doesn't work.
So now you've seen the casual side of the glitches that were in Halo 5, how it was infesting it, making the game just an absolute unplayable state. How about I show you the buggy side and the absolute disrespect that 343 did to the pro side? You know, the people that are hardcore players of PvP and they enjoy playing hardcore PvP. Yeah, let me show you. Okay? You're going to love this.
You guys actually have esports players playing your game, giving you feedback. How's that helped in the design process?
So our pro team back at 343, they kind of belong to the multiplayer team. And we say, okay, this is for the balanced play testing today. We're going to play this mode, this map, go all out on it. And then the very next day, we have a report sent to us from the pro team, what they like, what they dislike, what they, what kind of worries them, what they love, just to see, like, from a holistic approach, how does the game look and feel and actually play at that type of skill level.
Do you feel like 343 is really listening and using your feedback to make a positive change in Halo?
Like a half and half type thing, I would say.
I think that sometimes they take our feedback and they either twist it or they just don't listen at all.
Simply put, just no. But an example that I have, we were in a call and we were going over like the maps of like what worked, what didn't. And one of the maps that was brought up, everyone, like it was almost unanimous. The pros were just like, no, that's good. Like Overshield's in a good spot, Noob Combo's in a good spot. Like that's probably the map we shouldn't touch. And so it was like, well, something's gonna change. So what is it? And we were like, nothing. Like, don't change anything. We just said it was good, and like they ended up changing stuff.
For 2 years now, we've been telling them what direction this needs to be going in. We've been telling them what needs to be done, but it's being ripped away from us.
In an article on GameSpot.com, Kevin Franklin, who was a design director at 343 at the time of this post, claimed that 343 wanted Halo 5 to be an esport. 343 claims to have engaged with members of the Halo Pro player community early, as well as used the expertise of the ex-pro Halo players on our own development team, integrating them both into our design process. Now, one of the biggest issues with Halo 5's competitive scene were the settings.
You know, Raider's never been there, and it's a reward. Like, you're rewarding every single player in the game, and you give me something like a shotgun. Instead of me having to check like the 4 different corners that someone could come in and flank me from, I just have to sit there and crouch with a shotgun. Then as soon as he turns that corner, just pop, just because I know he's there, because a little dot on my screen is telling me that. I should have to have at least some awareness or some type of skill to be able to pull something like that off and like know where he's going to come from. I should be able to have to check my corners all the time instead of just having something that tells me where an enemy is coming from. Like right now, our biggest problems are automatics, power weapons, and radar.
Halo professionals were subjected to playing with fully automatic weapons, radars, and sprint. There were several attempts by professional Halo players to have these features removed from competitive play. Even Neighbor, an ex-pro who was employed by 343 at the time of this post, claimed that Halo 5 maps played just fine without sprint. Later that year, Neighbor announced that he was leaving 343 via Twitter and closed out his tweet with #ClassicHaloFan. Despite the effort from many of Halo's current and former pros, sprint and radar were never removed from competitive play. Outside of Neighbor, several of the original pro team hires have since left 343 Industries.
Kind of changed the rules of Halo. A game that was traditionally about holding a setup and controlling high ground positions on a map became more about coordinated rushdown strategies. And honestly, I enjoyed it for what it was. If you've seen my videos, you would know that sprint is just the tip of the iceberg. Halo 5's combat system is insanely deep, but they went so far with it and they gave so much power to the player that it does become harder to argue whether or not what we're playing is still Halo or some other crazy sci-fi shooter.
Welcome to the Halo World Championship Tour.
Tonight, we find out who is the best squad on this continent.
Infused on the back foot. Yeah, you heard so much communication from Infused saying, look, I need help here, I need help over there, and they're all just saying to each other, I can't help you, I'm in my own fight. They were all spread out a little bit there, and then they noticed the first camouflage goes to Vex, and finally, Vex have taken so much control, and they are just 12 points away from winning this game. Infused, they really need to speed this one back up.
Yeah, and it looks like we may have a problem, Dan, unfortunately, because that was a hell of a game, but you know, let's give it up for both of those teams in that game anyway, because that was a hell of a back and forth. And
looks like it was going to be a Quadios grab to make sure. Yeah, Quadios did grab it right at 35. He got killed immediately by Fragger to force the burn. So lots of pressure up top mid. Neither team wanting to give away a free camo.
Right, just taking the light rifle, taking things slowly now. SLG comes darting in as I think we've had a disconnect once again. So it is currently a 1-0 lead.
Holding this one right now, looking for some spawns over by the other side of camo, but they are going to be around blue base, and you see a couple players making a move over here, trying to spot anyone. Where that player went, nobody knows.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, and it looks like okay.
Do I really need to say anything more about Halo 5 Guardians and the absolute shitfest that 343 just left it in and just made so many excuses? It's like I've said at the beginning of the video, 343 is an infection, okay, that needs to be removed. And now we've come full circle to Infinite. The release of Infinite coming to console, PC, and all that type of noise. Hacking is still a problem with Infinite to this day.
Showdown.
Desync is still a rampant issue with within Halo Infinite. I'm sorry there is no audio for this, but I'm going to have to kind of dub over it basically. So what this dude did basically is he had Double shields, 2 of them. He popped one at the beginning of the first engagement, and then popped at the second one of the second engagement. Look, no damage done to that person at all. Desync at its absolute finest.
Danger zone incoming.
Exterior protection expanded.
Flank returned.
What?
Did he ninja you?
No, clip that. No, dude.
6 months later, and they've said that they fixed this issue with multiple patches, and none of those patches have even fixed the problem even just by an inch. Actually, it's only made it worse within Halo Infinite. A bit of a PSA for everybody that has epilepsy. You know, you have seizures to bright flashing lights that go off and on. You might want to skip this part, okay? In this video, I'm going to show you right now. Please skip this video if you have epilepsy. I cannot stress that enough, okay? In this right here, you see visual glitches happening multiple times. Not from one person, not from 2 people, from 3 people. There is multiple reports of grenades going off, repeatedly flashing, shields regenerating repeatedly, bodies flying with them too, or their screens are just flashing like crazy. It's insane. Spawns are still garbage in this game. I don't understand why 343 can't get it together and fix these spawns. Symbiotic weapons like the battle rifle are glitching. They're stopped firing in the middle of the fucking fight, meaning that your gun can stop firing while the enemy is gunning you down like the animal you are. So now you got to worry about your gun jamming or desync screwing you over. And mind you, 343 knew about this and didn't even tell the community until the fucking community found out about it. And speaking of the community too, one of the pro players decided to say, you know what, I've had enough of this game. I'm going to speak out about it, and I'm going to speak my mind friendly. And you know what happens? 343 finds him for speaking his mind.
Yo, Ron Bach with the $25. Haven't been here in a while. Had a lot going on in life, still do. Hope all is well, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Had a lot going on in life and still do.
All donations are going towards paying my fine. Appreciate you guys. Probably, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they'll use the fine money to fucking fix the game. Toyo. I don't know how much depth I can go into. I don't know. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not allowed to say. I'm just all I'm saying is that 343 find me. What's up, Atenia?
In the event that is going on right now, it escapes my thought process right now. The first week, which is right now, they released the event, and guess what happens? The completion cutscene comes out saying that basically you've already completed everything, you did a nice job and everything. You saved the Spartan and stuff. I've had this glitch happen to me too.
Artus took the bait, and now we got him locked up in here along with the entire banished archive. Are you done? Or do you need me to go find a muzzle? Spartan Din. He's still in the infirmary, but he'll pull through thanks to you. In the meantime, we're going to put all this fancy Oni hardware to work on cracking that archive. And maybe teach our new guest how to play nice.
Speaking of things not working properly, how about some people have been exiting their vehicles and somehow they're still attached to the wheel where they go and they're honking the horn and everything.
Hostiles are capturing the zone. An ally has captured a zone.
Your team is close to total control.
Or, my absolute favorite, the new King of the Hill game mode that they came out with. is not functioning correctly.
They're close. We've lost a teammate.
Oh, and I have one more thing to add to this list too. The cosmetics that recently came out with the battle pass, they don't fucking work. They don't fucking work. They're not even aligned properly. Let me show you real quickly.
Let's do some damage.
You have my full confidence, Spartan.
Okie dokie.
Wait, really? Me? Positive attribute, 74.
Hey, wanna know 117's real name? Pick me and I... Pick me!
Not only that, in this patch update too, they removed fun things that you could do within the game. I'm talking about doing jumps, like in live fire from the key door, live fire screen door, the bizarre red big door area, even the blue door. Hell, even the ramp slides got removed too for whatever fucking reason 343 decided. And then, for some odd reason, in some magical dimension, they removed the pelican glitch that you could do within the campaign. Even the fusion coil glitch that you do, that speedrunners use, they removed that too. For what fucking reason? Nobody fucking knows. In a surprising turn though too, one of an ex-developer for 343 actually came out and validated something. That they actually wasted development time purposely removing these things. For what reason? Who freaking knows with 343? But what I do know right now, from the bottom of my heart, 343 is an infection that needs to be cured from Halo. Because what they're doing to the Halo franchise is only damaging it and making it even worse for everybody. Not just the pro players, not just the casual players, but everybody that's involved. Everybody got affected, and what 343 do? They didn't care. They didn't care until they got caught. So let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with me or not, if 343 is an infection to Halo. Because I just made a whole argument explaining why I think it is. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the content, please leave a like and comment in the comment section. I love to talk to you guys. And hey, if you enjoyed the content a lot, why don't you just sub to the channel? It's free. It's always be free, and I will never charge you guys for it. Other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I am freaking exhausted right now, and I've been working on this video for the past week with sleepless nights and stuff, and I'm going to go sleep, basically. I'm going to go night-night, spend time with my dog and stuff. So, anyway, see you guys in the next video. Later, fam.